What's up, everybody? It's Ronnie. I'm down at my favorite space. Time to clock in almost and get to work. But it's in the morning. It's about 7:22, 57 degrees. A little nippy out, but it's supposed to be warming up. Down at my favorite spot. See, there's a thing that protect me from going in the water. Don't worry, people. We ain't going in the water. But we're down here. We're going to talk about a little something that I get questioned on a lot, and is why. Why do you have a YouTube channel? Why do you continue to have a YouTube channel? Why did you start a YouTube channel? Etc. And YouTube is like a gift and a curse in a way. And I'll break it down like this. There's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons, of course, like anything. Pros are the networking. There's so many things I get out of reselling. So many people I've met. And, it's why we held the reseller rally in 2017 in Chicago with me, Pete, and Pete, Craigslist Hunter, and Golden Finger Picker. And we had Deb, Pins and Pesos there, my girl. And, it was just something that we wanted to do, and it panned out really well. It was better than expected, and hey, we're gonna do it again this upcoming year, and it's gonna be a little bit different, faces. Hopefully, Chad will be there this time, but it's gonna be myself, Pete, Lonnie at Shed Flips or Garage Flips, and John Cincinnati Picker. So, really great people I've known. I've known John since he started reselling, and, love John, love talking baseball with him. But, you get these friendships. Pete, I can call Pete anytime I want to, and Pete's going to help me whatever I need. Chad, same thing. I've known Chad, probably one of the longest people on YouTube that I've known, up there with Rudy, Square Deal guy. Most of you will not remember him, but if you remember the early Picker Church days, I was just on the phone talking with him for a few hours the other night. Sitting on my porch, just talking baseball and just having fun catching up. I talk to him every month or so. Reach out and see what's going on with him. He really doesn't have anything to do with reselling anymore, but it's the friendships that you form, and everything is fine and dandy. Dallas Moore's another great person I've met over this, and I could reach out to him at any moment. I'm surprised I haven't met up with him at this point. Something I got to do in the future. But you form a lot of great friendships from this, and it works out for your favor. For that part, you don't. Some people do YouTube for different reasons. Back when I started YouTube, back in 2012, it wasn't what it was now. It was more a very small, for the most part, close-knit community, and it kind of broke off into two sections. You either riding with this pair or riding with that pair, and wasn't for me. I kind of bounced out. I came back. I bounced here and there, in and out. Part it's my own self. At some point, you do this so long, it's hard to kind of do the same thing over and over. Let's face it, a lot of the channels are just, you fall in love with a personality of a channel, and there's certain people I could watch do anything for the most part. I enjoy College Pickers videos from years ago, and I got caught watching his bike videos because I actually think he's a pretty decent person, and I'd watch his biking videos, even though I ain't gonna bike anywhere anytime soon. I got a mountain bike I haven't been on in years, and I paid good money for that damn Specialized bike to the point where I gotta bring that bike in if I ever go to use it to get it all worked over, because chain and tires. But moral of the story is, you could find really good friends. It's a way of outlet for us resellers. And other people in the Facebook groups, you form relationships with people, and good and bad. Of course, some people move on, some people just disappear, and you never know what happens to them, and so on, etc. And it becomes a very interesting thing. I've gotten alerts from people about going here and going there, and this business is going out of business, and sometimes it works in my favor, sometimes I blow it off, but it's definitely, you put yourself out there to help others, and it comes back tenfold. I mean, I'm not here to become famous, even though, I mean, it's been up there. I mean, we've been probably contacted 6 or 7 times now over the years about about being on a show, or possibly being part of a show, or even currently Corona came across, and we were talking to somebody about a show for me and my wife, and something that possibly still could happen eventually, maybe. But the way it is, all these companies are cutting costs at the moment. But it's definitely something I will pursue on my own channel, and I will have fun with it, even if I have to hire an editor, or hey, maybe I'll even hire me a set of people to follow me around, because it's just fun. I enjoy what we do. Most of you guys know I sell clothing, but I didn't start off selling clothing. I'm more of a, put me in a barn setting and let me climb around and find things to sell. But, you kind of sell what is in your area, and you chase that because that's what makes the money. And, clothing makes the money. And do I enjoy it? Yeah. I enjoy reselling in general. I enjoy working for myself and not for somebody else. So, it's that networking, it's that release. It's like having coworkers that you can mingle with, fantasy football, fantasy baseball. You feel like you're at that water cooler, shooting the shit with the guys, or in my thing was a setting, it was a restaurant. I was in the restaurant business for over 20 years, being a chef, line cook, running kitchens, even a restaurant manager at one time, but, I got to the age where I don't want to do it anymore, especially if you know where I live in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. It's feast or famine with the restaurant business. Summertime, it's all out, balls to the wall, 7 days a week, 15-hour days, and I couldn't do it anymore. Like, when my wife, came over with me from the Dominican Republic, I was on that grind mode to where I was working. I think I went like 4 months without a day off. It was just like, I gotta make money. I spent so much money when I lived in the Dominican Republic and didn't work. Guess what? When you live somewhere for 6, 7, 8, 9 months not working, bills add up. I had a nice apartment right on the ocean, and eventually you gotta pay the piper and pay up, and you gotta rebuild the bank accounts and so on, etc. But that aspect is good, but then you get the networking part. You get the people trying to help you out with things, like certain sales going on or businesses going on, and you may not get that 100% if I didn't chase the makeup like a lot of these resellers did. I didn't chase the jeans like a lot of them did. I knew about it, but I didn't chase it because it just wasn't up my alley. but not saying it isn't. But comes the bad part with with making YouTube channels too, is you tend to rub people the wrong way occasionally. You will rub another content creator in a difficult way. I've had my beefs with other content creators in the past. Probably two, actually three people, all larger channels than me. And, unfortunately for me, I ain't scared by somebody having a bigger channel or somebody wanting to troll me, because technically I have tough skin. As my wife calls me, the alligator, or in Spanish, cocodrilo. And it's because I don't give a shit about what anybody else thinks. Like, I am truly, I'm not gonna care. And my wife would tell me that I'm more like my mom. My mom has no filter. She tells it how it is, 100%. She's not gonna sugarcoat anything. And I'm that kind of guy. Like, if you're gonna tell me, look at my eBay store, does it look good? You may not like the opinion I give you. Just face facts. Like, there's things I'm going to see that you're probably just not going to like. And I want to keep it as real as possible, and till that day, it's going to be what it is. I'm rough like sandpaper. Either you roll with it, and that's how it is. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm a little rough on the edges, but once you get to know me, I'm like a teddy bear. I'm a peluche. Spanish for teddy bear. So, you have the good things. You could rub people the wrong way. They can maybe try to interfere. We've had people try to interfere with our eBay store, and you've seen it with other content creators where their auctions would get messed with, like Lonnie or Pete's, or other people too. And there's people you'll hitch your wagon to that turn out to be scumbags, and unfortunately, you just have to keep rolling with it. I've met people, a lot of resellers that had channels for a while and they stopped doing it because maybe they got a little bit of competition in their area because of it, or they run into somebody in a store and, hey, I know who you are, I've watched your channel, you helped me out, this and that. And to some people, that kind of frightens them. I've been doing this 9 years. I run into people. Well, I've done this 8 years. Yeah, about 8.5 years reselling. Probably 6 years, almost 6 years full time. I think next month will be 6 years full time. And we've kept with the same niche. There's people I run into in my own goodwill in Salvation Army. And if you live on Cape Cod, there's 2 stores for about 250,000 people. Like, there's a lot of smaller thrift stores, but they really don't pop off like Goodwill and Salvation Army do. And they're small stores. We don't have a big store. So, and there's plenty of resellers that I know that deal the same thing I deal. And guess what? Day in and day out, I still find stuff. Because there's stuff out there. You have to want to put in the time and effort to make this happen. And, some people are frightened by it. Some people aren't. I don't share everything I do exactly, on YouTube. There's a lot of different things that I'm working on for the channel in the future. Different directions we will go. It will still be reselling related, as always. But it may change a little bit here and there. Channel's a channel. You like the personality, you deal with it. But that's why we do it. I kind of feel like if I stop making YouTube videos, would I still have somewhat the friendships I've had with certain people? Me and Chad have talked about this. Chad has stopped and gone with his YouTube channel of recently, because some things have come up in his life where YouTube is not a priority. And that's the thing. You could turn it off and turn it on like always. Chad has that personality like myself, and it's why we both have the same birthday. And I have another good friend that has the same birthday as me. So it's really, maybe they made some real ass people on that day, October 11th. But you know, that's the day of the real people, maybe, or something. I don't know. But you know, you kind of find yourself hitching your wagon to people that you enjoy, people that you like. You don't want to, you know, you want to stay away from negativity. Like, I'm not looking to fight with everybody and everybody on YouTube. Like, I got other things to do in my life. Like, once, you know, I've gotten caught up to it where I wanted to pull up and have gone to pull up on people, and you know, what's the outcome of that? I beat somebody up or pull a piece on somebody. It's not gonna end well for either one of us. You know, it's not. And I've come to understanding of that, and I've come to understanding my wife's probably not going to want to deal with that either. She's probably going to take off to the Dominican Republic. That's going to be the end of that. And at my age, not looking for a new wife. I got one. Things are comfortable. She's happy. I'm happy. You know, really don't need to be jeopardizing that, being a clown. And, you know, taking keyboard warriors and coming to visit them and thinking that what they say on YouTube is is something they really want, that smoke in real life, when they don't. It's that's just for views on YouTube. I'm like, really? Is that where we at in a few years ago? But I guess it's where reality is now these days. I mean, now if somebody bothers me, I just unsubscribe from them everywhere, block them. So I don't even see their videos pop up anywhere. Like, I don't care. I mean, somebody may say somebody's name on a stream, and you could say, and people said you could see my face, my facial expressions, I guess, give it away. But, man, I ain't worried about it. So, I mean, recap. The good about YouTube is that, you know, you can meet some really good friends, and they're doing the same thing you're doing. You know, it benefits you because people will share information. You know, a few years ago, me and Wes at the Seam store, we carry on all the time through texting. Great guy. He doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything, and doesn't have really social media presence at all, and we communicate quite often, and we share things, and I've made thousands of dollars off of you know, something he shared with me a year ago, last year. Ran all over the place, you know, and there's things I've shared with him. Now, I don't know if he's followed up with him or not, but it's been fun to have these relationships with people because they do the same thing I do. You know, I resell. I enjoy this. And reselling aspect, I've come very close with a lot of people. I'm happy. Now, the sign world, for whatever reason, I've not come as close to almost anybody as much. It's too cutthroat for me. Sign world is a totally different thing. I'm viewed as more so I would say a collector than anybody selling to anybody, because I want good money for my stuff, you know, most of the time. So I don't know if that's part of it. You know, baseball cards and stuff like that. I've met a few people here and there that are pretty cool. You know, something else we're trying to work on at the moment. You know, and baseball card collecting has been pretty easy for us, pretty cool. And it's been, you know, I've shared some knowledge with some people and belong to a few different groups, a little bit different, or let's just say private chats and stuff like that people have added me to. But some of those people, I can't compete with. They have $500,000 in Kobe Bryant rookie cards, and I'm like, what the hell? Whoa. And on top of other cards, I mean, they got millions of dollars. I don't know how I get in these groups. It's all off of YouTube, believe it or not, too. So that's all I can think of at the moment. If I think of anything else, I'll add it to the video here at the end. But, you know, like, comment, subscribe. This is Ronnie. You know what it is? It's Waterside Chat. No, not Waterside. Seaside Chats. Seaside Chats. But, yeah. See you guys later. Have a good day. It seems like it's going to be a beautiful day. I got to get some work done at the warehouse. And we had another huge sale. So, and I'm working on another huge sale too. So, hey, some money's coming in. But money's going out too. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.